Not the damn dogs barking out there.
No, that's the dogs barking
Oh,
in here. It's the dogs
look at
barking in here. These are the big pound puppies in here, buddy.
yeah. Hey, so welcome to the Mechanicsville Thursday Hot Rodcast. We're here with the commish, Big Mad, and me, and we've had a busy last 2 weeks. You know, getting kind of warm again. We're actually doing stuff again, trying to bring y'all some different type of content from the experts and the idiot for your entertainment.
No, you gaining knowledge every day, baby.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Me too.
So what's going on, fellas?
Hey, we attended the 22nd annual Shriners Drag Expo in Greensboro this past weekend. It's always a good show. They announced the day we were there, Saturday, that they had donated over $1.5 million to Shriners, I think.
Nice.
So that's really a good cause in 22 years. That's really good cause. Saw a lot of nice cars. Caught up with some friends of the Mechanicsville. Got Ash got all bricked up over a Tesla truck. He got in front of the camera.
Cybertruck.
Okay. All right. Cybertruck. I stand corrected. Flashing all of his knowledge about the old T model.
Yeah. Well, yep. The old Teslas.
Yeah.
Oh, different T model.
Yeah, different T
model.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I've been there, done that with the Teslas. I don't know much. I'm learning about other cars now.
That's the first time I've been up close to one of those. I've seen a couple around town driving back and forth, but never really got to look at one up close like that. I'm still not crazy about the wedge design. The interior did intrigue me, though. I like the interior.
Yeah, it's got that vegan leather. So, you know, and it's minimalistic view. It doesn't have any buttons. It doesn't have any knobs. Everything's controlled with the big iPad, kind of the big, you know, the computer. And so it's just a different way of thinking about cars. And so that's why I'm intrigued by him more than I am performance and stuff like that. It's just the way he does a car is completely different than all the other major brands. It's like whatever they're doing, I'm gonna try to do something completely different, and it seems to be working somewhat for him. So,
has it got that twin I-beam suspension on it?
I guess.
No, it does not.
Oh, okay.
No.
I know that there's a big company in Italy that makes metal die presses, and they built the world's largest one for Elon, and they had it shipped from Italy to the Dreadnought. That's kind of what he's calling it in Texas, his factory in Texas, and they installed it as the biggest press ever made. And then like a giant stainless steel sheet would come in, Cybertruck, and so there's no welds, and it's just stuff like that. It's kind of like, oh, that's different, you know. So
it stamps. I think I misunderstood what you were saying then the other day. It stamps the whole body or body panels?
The whole body.
Oh,
out comes a Cybertruck body.
Is it aluminum?
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel. Yeah.
Stainless steel. A lot of people put me. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I was really intrigued by the interior. I like the design of the seats. I like the wraparound part of the dash, although there wasn't, like a lot of stuff like in the dash. It was just that, like you said, just that center control iPad or whatever. But I did like the wraparound look of the dash. The seats looked really, really nice. I wish we could have gotten in it and sat down in it to actually look at the interior a little closer, and you were explaining some functions of the yoke or whatever.
Yeah, you can get it with the steering wheel, plastic. You can get it with like the yoke.
Okay.
Like a plane controller. And it takes some getting used to. When I drove the Model X and S for the other channel I worked for, when you try to turn, it takes a little gymnastics in your palm. It took a minute to get it. You could just do it like this and drive, And there's a trick you could do for self-driving. If you stick a water bottle in it, that little gap, it'll put weight on the steering wheel. Where you don't have to touch the steering wheel so often, and it'll drive without you having to face it.
Oh, okay.
Illegal, but you can do that.
But overall, I was kind of impressed with it. Like I said, the exterior design, I'm not really a fan of, but
it's wild, yeah.
The roll cover over the bed was really cool because we've put one similar to that on Dad's 2500 as an aftermarket piece that it rolls in like a curtain, and it closes up, and actually it's strong enough. It's made strong enough because the pieces are so well constructed and they're put together in a certain way that you can get up on it and stand on it when it's closed.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with the Tesla. Supposedly you can walk on it and it won't crack or break. I don't know. Who knows? It's no better, no worse than anything else out there. It's just different. That's what I like about it.
Yeah. It held in a bomb.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Yeah. And then I saw a truck that brought me straight back to my childhood with my grandpa. And I didn't know what it was called. I didn't remember. I was walking around going, I think it's a Ford. It's an old Ford. So I had to call my mom up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Mom, what is that truck that Grandpa used to have? She's like, a 64 Chevy C10.
C10.
Yeah. And then you went, oh, right there. I was standing right by it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's it. Once it clicked, I was like, and now I got to have one. So I got to have one.
But you have a little bit different take on your resto mod or whatever you want to call it than just slapping a new powertrain in it and driving it down the road. You got some big plans for this.
I kind of want it. It does have computers in it. It won't have computers in it, and it'll be, I guess, more bulletproof when it comes to apocalypse crap, or not so much apocalypse, but put gas in it, crank it, it'll go. And I kind of want to build like an apocalypse 64 Chevy. I don't know, some vision in my head. I don't know, but then again, I might just keep it the way it is, and I don't know.
Very, very utilitarian.
Yeah. If I get one, I'm going to use it. I'm going to take it. I'm not going to. It'll end up at car shows, but it's going to have salt on it from the roads, and it's going to have, the back bed's going to have leaves in it.
You building a driver, not a trailer queen, right?
Yeah. That's kind of how I got mine.
Yeah, actually, he says he prefers the step side version.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We were looking at another step side version of a truck. I think it was a 53 model.
Mm-hmm. That green one.
Yeah, we were discussing the step side version of that bed.
We got to have a 4-wheel drive, so when you go get those glass doors,
you can get all 4 wheels stuck instead of 2.
You can tear up more.
Yeah.
Twice as 4 tires tears up more than 2 tires.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, now that you mentioned that, we have our new Facebook page where we centralize all our stuff, and I posted a video of y'all I posted a quick snippet of us pulling me out.
Yeah.
So look at him. What are you smoking? Methamphetamine over there? You got the pipe and the.
I think he's trying to set his toboggan on fire, man. Every time I turn around, he's got that grill lighter up there. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch him go up and smoke like Richard Pryor here in a little bit.
And the show must go on.
Yeah, we're gonna make fun of you. Grab the phone. We're gonna make fun of you.
911.
So we have a Facebook page now, and everything that we do, everything that we're involved in, we'll post it on there. Our schedule we'll probably put on there. We love to see pictures of your cars on there and your stories. And it's all going to kind of funnel to our YouTube channel where we as a nation will come together and, try to get the. Did y'all see that video I sent y'all earlier today about the passion of motor vehicles? One guy's theory about motor vehicles are getting bland and boring, and they're not artistic because they're trying to get us to get used to the automation.
Yes.
When it comes to cars. And like the artwork of the Blueberry back there, the Bel Air, the Corvette you got, that 64 Chevy truck. That's what we are about. I think we're trying to get that passion, colors, curves, art, and all that stuff. As far as I see it, and y'all see it a little differently than I do with the motors, the performance, and all that stuff. But it does seem like they're kind of going meh with vehicles.
Yeah, it's a little bland.
Along the same lines, but not about a vehicle. What, did he forget to pay the fire bill?
Yeah, the FBI got him. Oh, he's back. Oh, hey, Doge got him.
I thought maybe Stormy picked up the phone or something.
Yeah. Get off the internet, Mom.
Yeah. So along those same lines, and I was just talking about this to April, and of course she does not give a shit. So I got some old pocket watches that my dad gave me that belonged to my grandpa, his dad. So I dug them out today and was, taking the case back off and looking inside of these pocket watches, writing down the serial numbers so I could do some research on them. So one of these pocket watches is an Elgin, and it was manufactured in 1896.
Nice.
And when you take the back, if you've never taken a back off of a pocket watch, dude,
the engineering,
that is art.
Yeah,
that's artistic.
It's complex.
It's hand engraved. It's ornate. It's engraved just for decoration on the inside of the watch.
Mm-hmm.
And
all by hand.
Yeah, and I told April, I said, here's what blows my mind. A damn pocket watch that has more moving parts in it than I don't know what, made in 1896, is still running and keeping time, but you can't get a damn washer and dryer to last more than 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Disposable.
What the hell? And it's people took pride in their trade. First of all, they had a trade. They had a skill, and they took pride in what they did. And that's dead and gone nowadays, I think.
Or they were mentored and apprenticed into a skill before they were actually able to work in that field of whatever it was. So they were a master of that skill before they actually could make money at it.
And I found out just reading the article online before I logged on, there was a Elgin Watch College. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
It's just tradesmen. Like even today, we're running out of people that have skills. We don't have carpenters and plumbers and electricians like we used to. Everything. And like Ash, you said, everything's disposable. You go buy a chainsaw at Home Depot, you use that thing for about 3 years, and when it won't crank no more, you take it to the shop, and they're like, well, hell, you can buy a new one cheaper than I can fix this. So you throw it in the dumpster, and you go buy another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't build them to last. Some say on purpose, you know.
I would agree with that.
That's one thing about Tesla that I like. They last a long time if they don't catch fire. Anyway.
But they won't blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't blow up.
You can't blow one up.
Now, back when I did the Tesla channel, there is a Tesla that has 1 million miles on it. It's a taxi in New York. And the battery was changed out when it reached 600,000 miles. It has 20 moving parts in the vehicle. That's it. And so it's much cheaper to buy a Model 3 in the long run, you know, because you couldn't go to the mountains to the coast in that thing. There's no infrastructure for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it costs less in the long run. You got no oil change. You ain't got brake pads. You know, your brake pads will last you forever because you don't use your brakes in a Tesla. Regenerative braking stops for you, and you just got, you know, all that crazy stuff. And the battery degradation is getting better and better. I think at 600,000 miles, that battery lost like 25 miles on it, because you go by miles, not by how much the battery is on Tesla. Mm-hmm. And that's what intrigues me. The designs, you know, could be something, you know, left to imaginations, kind of nothing special, just little gadgets.
Yeah.
But I'm having a total shift now where I'll see a classic car, or I see the person taking care of it, the culture of the classic car, of even like a 90s car, early 2000 cars. You got these drifters, the primer and stuff on it, you know, little racers, man. They love that stuff. And I think that the 40, 50, and 60 vehicles, what's going to happen to them when all the graybeards and whiteheads are gone? Because I'm getting to this culture now, and I noticed that a lot of these cars are being bought from their friend's estate. You know, and when that dude passes away, I don't see a 30-year-old going, oh, I can't wait to get that, you know, that Bel Air. You know, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna do with this, you know. And I see, because this is a disposable world.
Yes.
Remember when you bought a VCR or a TV and it broke, you go get it repaired? Yeah, we just talked about that. Not no more.
Yeah. Well, eventually, the vehicles that are being maintained and passed down, or either bought and traded by friends or bought from these estate sales, they will find their end of use, because the younger generation that's coming up now, I'm sorry to say, but they don't absorb enough to maintain these cars, because the parts that are on a lot of these cars are reaching obsolescence. It's getting harder and harder and harder for companies to produce these parts, and most of the parts, what I found in my background of selling parts, is that there was one company in the whole entire United States that was owned by a family that produced lock sets for these cars. And you could, when you bought a car brand new, you got 2 keys for it. You got an ignition key and a door key. And the ignition key did one thing. It started the car, turned it on. The door key fit both doors, all 4 doors, the trunk. That's all it fit. That's all it was there for. And this family company reproduced those lock sets. Well, during COVID, both of the elderly faction of the family got sick, and the younger generation was not there to bridge that gap. So that company sort of dissolved as a family-owned business, and now USA Lock is a corporate-owned entity now. So that younger age bracket is not filling in the gaps for, as you call us, the graybeards. There's a lot of technology and education that's lost in that gap too.
Yeah, there is a small percentage of young folks that do enjoy the classics.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was a kid, it felt and seemed different. And especially with the way cars are designed now, I just don't see many 20-year-olds getting into classic cars like maybe generations past, because and even the racers, the primered racers and drifting, eventually that'll go away too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are we going to do with all these classic pieces of art? Blueberry back there, who's got it next, and what's going to happen to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough realization when you realize your own mortality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very tough, and that's sort of like where we are as a society right now. And I say a lot of education and technology is being lost. I caught a little snippet of a video today where there was this gentleman from the Peterson Automotive Museum was talking about the Rochester fuel injection, mechanical fuel injection system that came out in 1957. And all vehicles are operated on some form of fuel injection now, every vehicle. And in 1957, GM chose to put it on the Corvette and a couple of their high-end big framed cars. But 1957, there was a car company developing a fuel injection system. Even though it was mechanical, they were still forward thinking and trying to promote the technology, which now every car, you can't find a car now that doesn't have fuel injection on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe there's a business for turning old bodies into electric vehicles. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you that when Hot Rod Magazine did that a couple of years ago to the Project X57, they actually had a shop here in North Carolina in Charlotte put an EV powertrain in that vehicle. And for those of you that don't know, Project X was a 1957 210 sedan, a Bel Air. Well, it wasn't a Bel Air, but it had the same shape. 210 was a very basic model that Popular Hot Rodding and Hot Rod Magazine used as a test mule. If new at the time in the early 70s, late 70s, 60s and 70s, if a aftermarket company had an intake, a set of cylinder heads or whatever, they would take the engine and slap this stuff on this engine, put it in this car, and they would go beat it to death. And this car has gone through 40 years of iterations, different powertrains, different suspension systems, and for some reason or not, they had grappled onto the EV train and put an EV powertrain in this car a couple of years ago, and it literally lit the internet on fire. Us graybeards that were computer savvy, that could get on computers and communicate with these people, there were people that were ripping their hot rod magazines up because they were still producing a paper magazine. They were ripping magazines up. They were setting magazines up, entire collections of magazines on fire. I mean, they were collectively losing their mind over an EV powertrain in this 57 Chevrolet.
As they damn well should have.
Is it similar to like what Bud Light did when they alienated their crowd?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like that. Exactly.
Because you bring up a point I didn't think about. I'm thinking about just the body, and what's underneath it doesn't count. You know, like EV underneath Blueberry. To me, I'm like, oh, we won. But to you guys, it's about what's underneath it as much as the body.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I didn't make that connection to you tell that story. Yeah. It's not the body is part of it, but it's the stuff underneath.
Yeah, it's the aesthetic that goes from not only the styling of the car, but being true to the manufacturer, where you keep the powertrain all completely together, made by the same manufacturer. Then you have the next group that loves to keep the car original looking, but then they start getting a little bit more modern with the powertrain. Creature comforts become a little bit more modern. The interiors become a little bit more modern. And then you have the full-on resto mods, where the only thing about the car may be a couple of fender emblems or a headlight and a set of tail lights, and the car is grafted and cut apart and put back together in a way that it was never put together. The styling has changed of it tremendously, but you see a true thread of what the car used to be in there. And you've got three different levels of passion for this vehicle. You know, it's just like the post I made the other night on our new Facebook page. A man's or anyone's passion about a vehicle or automobiles began with a 99-cent obsession, and it was a Hot Wheels. It started with a Hot Wheels, and then it continues to blossom and bloom into a passion about full size cars and some form of motorsports or whatever.
That's true.
Yeah, I used to go to Bobbitt's in Louisville, and on the counter there, they had this carousel with all the Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars in there. Yeah.
I can remember going to, I believe it was a Revco. My dad was a mechanic down at Modern Chevrolet in downtown, and I think it was a Revco.
Yeah.
Downtown, and they had it was probably a 2x3 acrylic box at the time that was locked up, that you had to get the manager or somebody with the key to unlock it so you could get the Matchbox car out of the acrylic case. Man, those days were just glory days back then, because you could find the car, and then to get the car and the little square box that the car fit in was just awesome.
It was in the back.
Yes. Yeah. They had to match the box up with the car.
I remember little model kits with the glue, smell the glue, taste the glue, put it together, tear it off the cards.
Yeah. Water slide decals.
Yeah, you put them on, they're like,
yeah.
I think I had I was into jets and monster trucks. I think I built a monster truck and a jet model. Cars were never my thing until recently, when I actually grew up finally.
Yeah, I had a bunch of airplanes hanging from the ceiling.
Yep. And another thing I've noticed, and I guess we shouldn't exclude the women, but like when we go to drag shows, there's a lot of women in there helping or driving. And the experience, I would imagine, has to be a little different for them than for us guys. It's expected. I know the one where the Pontiac Firebird, Stu, you interviewed her, and how her dad had it, and she went riding on her dad, and she finally got it, and the pumpkin, or whatever I think she called it.
Luann.
Yeah,
Luann. Yeah. And then, and you go to these car shows, and you do see a pretty good slice of people. You do see young people, but the young people are into the 90s cars, it seems like. The racers or the Mustangs, Corvettes, and then you got guys like us who are looking at that and further back. Like the 64 Chevy for me is a nostalgia thing. Mm-hmm. I don't need one. I just want one now.
Right.
But I wonder what's going to happen in the next 10 years, how car shows are going to change, or these things will sit out in the woods. Once they're at the Shriner show, pristine, pretty, and the next thing you know, 10 years from now, we're pulling it out of the weeds because Papa died. Nobody wanted his old truck. You can't even get parts for them. Next thing you know, you're like down in Cuba where they're getting like tin cans and fixing mufflers, and they got like 1940s cars still running, and they're just
well,
there's a lot of
like me, you get it and you put EV in it.
A lot of these muscle cars get shipped overseas.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you'll see something like a 68 Charger, and it'll have a European tag on it.
Really?
I just go to the next video. I can't even watch it.
Yeah. There was an interesting story that played out this week that was on Dale Jr.'s podcast. This past week was the anniversary of his father passing in the wreck at Daytona. And he was telling a story about and showing how he received this car that his dad actually drove and raced for RCR, and it was in like pristine condition. Looked like it had just pulled off of the trailer, getting ready to go qualify. And a gentleman from Sweden, I believe, had bought the car when it was up for sale, or somehow it had changed hands through people that had bought the car, and he wound up with it and had it in Sweden. Well, he passed away, and he willed the car back to Dale Jr. that he was to receive it once he passed away. The catch to the story was not the car coming back from Sweden, but the original hood that was on that car was at his uncle's garage, attached to hanging from the ceiling. And his uncle was getting rid of a bunch of race memorabilia, and he took that hood down off the ceiling and tucked it away in his storage. And it was the same hood off of that car that he received this week after this guy passed away, and wheeled it back to him. And it actually came from Sweden to here.
And his uncle had the original hood to it.
Had the original hood. And that was one of the comments that, like Stu was talking about, that was one of the comments that Dale Jr. even said. He said, this car's traveled the world to get back to him. And there are a lot of cars that are bought stateside, or built here and then shipped overseas to the UK and different places overseas, because they have a passion not unlike ours, but don't have these vehicles. They only have the multimedia functions of the magazines, the car shows that originate over here in the States that are being beamed over the internet and all that kind of stuff. They have the same passions, but they don't have the vehicles that we have essentially grown up with, and they get to a position that they can afford a car like this, and they buy one, have it redone, or ship it back home to redo it themselves. And a lot of these cars are actually winding up overseas.
At least somebody appreciates them, I guess. But it'd be nice if it'd stay here.
Yeah. I mean,
did we resend that link?
Resend?
Yeah, to the special guest who's saying that he never got it. And
tell him to check his email.
Email?
Yeah, his email. That's what he asked for.
It's from the Mechanicsville, themechanicsville@gmail.com. Don't forget, the Mechanicsville.
There you go, right there.
@gmail.com. themechanicsville.com.
Yeah. Well, in the thought that I was expanding on, that's one of the reasons why we all jumped on board when we first discussed this channel, was that our passions, our growing passions and lifelong passions of the automotive industry, the racing and all that, it's just not here in Forsyth County, North Carolina. This is global. I mean, it's literally the automotive bug can bite somebody anywhere across the globe. And, we talk about a lot of racing forums here in the States, but one of the craziest race sanctions that I just absolutely fell in love with are the V8 supercars over in Australia. They take a production model car, basically like a NASCAR version, and they turbocharge this car and give it a inline 6-speed transmission. And when I say, we talk about those guys with the Southeast gassers choosing violence every time they get behind the wheel.
Australian.
Dude, those Australian dudes, they give none and take no quarter.
Yeah, there's a different breed down there. It was wild.
I'm telling you, man, I love watching those races. They really get after it. And as a matter of fact, we were able to, when we went to the Clash, we were able to see an actual crossover. Shane Van Ginsbergen, who was a big Holden factory driver, and Holden is the Australian version of the Chevrolet. He's stateside now, competing for Rookie of the Year in NASCAR for 2025. So go Shane.
Yeah, heck yeah. Go Shane, right.
Righto.
Right, I get him.
Cracky. Throw another shrimp on the bobby there, mate.
Let's crank this thing up. Let's go. That's my best I can do. Well, that Swedish girl, the drag racer we met.
Yes, Greta.
And she, long line of racers. And I was like, what? Sweden?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me resend this again to the poor
Jesus
boy.
Christ.
Yes.
It's okay. It's all right. It is confusing.
It's Facebook, man. This is some complicated shit right here. Facebook is new technology. It's not been out long. Emails not been out long. Everybody don't have an email address, and everybody don't know how to use one. And when they do have an email address,
he's trying to send an email on his mother's typewriter.
Can somebody send it to his
Facebook
Messenger and his email. Holy shit.
He just asked for it to go to his email.
He ain't got it. I didn't get it.
He
Tell him to check his spam folders from the Mechanicsville.
This is the Jerry Lewis
telephone. He's never gonna come
on Mechanicsville. Okay, if you could take your pocket change, dump it in a damn mason jar.
Is it 1K or 2K?
Yeah, we will educate. We will educate him for pennies on the dollar.
Oh, man,
is it 1K or 2Ks in his name? I typed in 2Ks.
Calm down, Stu. PG, buddy, PG. PG, son.
I'll try the other one.
We have to have a sellable product, buddy.
He's probably sitting in his own piss and shit right now somewhere. I mean, waiting on mommy to change that diaper. I mean, fuck, man. God dang.
I'll just mute him. It's okay. I'll just mute him. Cuss all you want to now.
Yeah, he could go off the rails now. Oh Lord. Woo.
All right, send another one to the.
He's muted. I was gonna say in this tirade that he was having that I got another friend that's texting me telling we need to start a Prius racing program.
Prius racing program?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Shout out to Landon. Way to go. Thanks for bringing that up, buddy.
And a bunch of hobos having sex in it, too. Like the other guys.
Yeah. Well, how do you think they get power?
Motion of the ocean. Charge it up, boys.
This episode is going off the rails. Oh.
All right, so there's two different ways that I was got.
No, it's two F's. B-U-S.
I said that one already.
So you sent that one too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Oh. He's got it. Maybe it's in his. I'm not.
Landon says his Prius will take anything we can put up against it. That's a bet. We will make that happen.
Hey, I got to side with the EV guy. Heck yeah, Landon.
Landon says 250. Let's go.
250.
250.
I think we need to have Landon on. He's engaging more than our special guest.
Well, Landon's probably got a damn email address and knows how to log on and check the inbox on the email.
You're going to have to mute him again. You're going to have to put him on mute.
Go to y'all's messenger and copy the link I sent you and send him that link via Facebook Messenger.
Well, see, I'm using my phone, so I can't do that right now. Oh,
I'm not using my phone, and I'm still not going to do that right now. If he's too damn stupid.
Landon is saying, we don't know what we're talking about. We're just old guys. He said new kids are in the game. New guys are in the game.
Heck yeah.
Young kids are in the game.
The game that we invented. That's true. The game that we invented.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. The next podcast, we'll have Landon on here. We'll have Landon as a we'll schedule that. Landon, I know you're watching because you keep hitting my messages up. You're up next, buddy. Landon, you are on deck.
Nice. You know your email address? You know how to work Facebook?
Yeah, do you have a functional email address?
Yeah,
you're in.
You got dial up. You got a push button phone, or is it?
I know what the problem is. His mom's jitterbug reached its minutes. They need to go back to Walmart and get some more minutes on the jitterbug.
You got to tell him when you close that cricket, it hangs the damn phone up. Stop closing.
Oh. Woo.
Mechanicsville@gmail.com. So hot Rodcast, yeah, you know, doing this damn thing. Well, I mean, if somebody wants to send it to him via Facebook Messenger, we could do that. But I've sent it to him via email. He might have to check his spam folder or track. I don't know, but it's sent from the Mechanicsville.
We're definitely going to have to get Landon on here. He's talking so much junk. I see these messages keep flying across the top of my screen.
Tell him to comment.
All right, we're gonna get it. Landon, go to the comment section. Go to the comment section of the video and start engaging, buddy. Start engaging.
So anyway, well, man, we were just talking about the youth and how we're like we got to pass the torch to them, but now I think I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna shove it up my own ass and get some use out of it instead of passing it off to a juvenile.
Oh my gosh! Oh.
I don't know what April put in this right here.
Yeah.
But I need one more of those.
All right. We're all over here clutching our pearls.
I'm clutching my plums.
It ain't hard. You just click on the link that was sent to you, and you go to the next page. And then
apparently, it's some mystical shit.
I mean, for crying out loud, there's 3 people here that have gray beards that have figured this out.
I mean, I am the most computer illiterate person in the continental United States right now. I have an Android phone. And look at here, boys. I'm on this here
podcast.
Oh, look at there. Look at there.
He's probably got no audio.
Look, he'll be texting us here in a minute. How do you unmute it?
Hey, my man.
This was hard. This was very hard.
Hey, Ballsack, what's up?
Finally
Mom, you know what it means? Mom, you know what it means when I shut the bedroom door, so don't knock, okay?
Hey, look where I'm at.
Right.
At the bar.
Right.
Nice.
The bar.
All right. Be sure you hung a sock on the door.
Trust me, I have to too. Don't worry about it. My kids will come down here and my pants off. It's weird.
Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have our special guest,
Pony
Shane, the Pony Boy.
Pony Boy.
What's going on?
You left the U out of boy. Was that supposed to be an I? The Y.
Huh?
Never mind.
Oh, so we, me, Commish, and Pony there went to the Shriner show. I had a good time. Saw a lot of good cars. The Mustang Club was there, and I got to see some Mustangs. I got to learn a little bit about Mustangs. I don't know much about anything, but I had a good time. How about you?
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Best car was the Super Snake, 2017. The Super Snake, the white one.
That white one was right there by the booth.
Yeah.
I should talk about it because I don't know nothing about that stuff. I mean, but so what makes that one, in your opinion, your favorite car out of all the ones that were there?
Well, I mean, it comes from the factory making a little over 800 horsepower. It's got a 3-liter supercharger on it. It's Ford's highest horsepower motor. And you don't see them very often.
And what gives it the moniker the Super Snake? What causes that one to carry that badging?
Well, because it's the one with the most horsepower, so it's super, I guess, compared to the other ones.
830 right here on the according to the website.
Yeah, I knew it was like between 800 and 850.
Okay, and so the reason they're calling the Snake is because of the history of Ford and their Cobras. The Mustangs then went and got badged as a Cobra, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and what makes a like I know with Chevrolet, the Camaros are badged in a certain way for like an RS, an SS, an RSSS, and then a Z28. So how does that differentiate with the Mustangs?
So you got your stock GTs, then you got your performance pack ones that have your Brembos and your upgraded brakes, the leather interior, and then you step up to your Shelbys, or like mine, the California Special. But then you get to the Shelbys, which have the 350s, the 350Rs, the 500s, the Super Snakes, and then now they got the new one, the Code Red. That's making like 1,000, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, and I know that some of the models that you were referring to back in the '60s, Carroll Shelby moved into the designing phase of some of the Mustangs, which is the reason why they badged some of them as a Shelby, and they were GT 350s and 500s.
Yep.
And then the Mach 1s. Shelby used the conventional powertrains of the day, which was the 302 and the 351 Windsor or Cleveland. Then fast forwarding up to the 90s, they developed the 4.6 or 4.9. 4.6 came first. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that was what was called the mod motor or the modular motor. And then it evolved into what was after the mod?
I never heard of the 4.9. I thought it went straight from the 4.6, then back to the 302, and then whenever
the 5 liter. Okay, yeah. All right.
And then whenever they introduced the Coyote in 2011.
All right. And what is significant about the Coyote?
Well, I mean, it's a dual overhead cam motor. I mean, them motors stock internals can handle 1,000 at the crank.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got a lot of upgraded parts in it versus the old 302s.
Yes. So the Coyote broke from traditional engine designs and went away from a push rod valve train to an overhead cam.
Yep.
Where did they pick up the name Coyote from?
So in 1970, there was an F1 driver named AJ Foyt, and he won a series of like 25 races in a couple seasons. So he picked up the nickname the Coyote. And in 2011, whenever Ford came out with the Coyote, they wanted it to have like a fierce name like he had back in F1. So that's why they decided to name it the Coyote.
Mm. He actually called he designed the chassis that he raced, and he actually called his chassis design the Coyote. AJ Foyt was a fierce Formula One racer, and also he competed with the likes of Mario Andretti and Cale Yarborough, Buddy Baker, and those in NASCAR as well.
A little before my time.
Before my time, probably too.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you on. Glad to have you on.
Glad I finally figured it out.
Yeah. What else stood out to you at the Shriner show?
That rat rod was pretty cool. That was over there near the Super Snake. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing them old dragsters was pretty cool too. And then I mean, not a big Chevy guy, but them older Camaros were definitely pretty nice as well. Like that wine red one, that 68, I think is what it was.
Yes.
That one was nice. And then the Bel Airs too. They were nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, we saw a lot of not really nice cars. That draws a lot nicer, or like a higher level of finished car because it's indoors mostly. So you get a lot of those higher end custom cars or those higher end restored vehicles.
Didn't see too many Pontiacs.
Well, you probably wouldn't recognize one if you've seen it.
Yeah, there didn't see. There was one there, wasn't it, Stu? Was it a 64?
Yeah, GTO.
Yeah, that GTO. Yeah, blue 64.
Headlights beside each other.
Yeah,
Did Landon ever figure out how to comment on the YouTube?
Yeah, he commented. Oh yeah.
Okay.
He said my Prius is going to take them all. And then he said, tell Jesus on the bottom that it's time to get out of that carburetor and finally jump in some fuel injection and get some real power. Must be an inside joke thing. I don't. So, and here's some photos from the event. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, those are good.
These are all yours, Eddie. That's the one that was drove by that 13-year-old right there, right?
Yes. He went through the Roy Hill drag racing school and is competing in that vehicle as a 13-year-old.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
Shane, y'all have a lot to talk about. A lot in common.
I mean, there was definitely a lot of Mustangs. I mean, every body style from the Fox bodies to the SN95s to the S197s were there too. There was a little mixture of a little bit of every year.
I'm sorry to interrupt. There's your Viper, Ash.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted one of those back when I was a kid, but now I'm grown. No, yeah. Okay. I didn't see that. Cool. Apparently I missed that. God, you get the girls in that. Woo!
They got a whole different sound.
Hold him back.
So we had a thing going where I don't know much about cars, so I would start just lying about cars and giving false information out. I think one of our latest videos is that me just making up crap. And if y'all like that, let me know. I'll do more of that because I'm really stupid about cars. And Pony there, he played along for a minute.
Yeah, or we can come to your garage and roast your ride.
That would be awesome.
Don't come in there with your feelings on your sleeve.
Especially around that one right there in the corner. Mr. Brady down there.
don't let him
Alice get mad.
Keep him away from the Arctic tumbler.
That's
yeah,
right.
you feelings hurt. Not feelings hurt, but we're gonna have a good laugh.
I had a good time. I enjoyed our outing together and got to, we looked at a lot of things and learned. I learned some things about not only the Tesla but a couple of the Mustangs there. It was really good.
How many cars were in there, you think?
A lot.
100?
On the show side, probably 80. And then there was probably 30 to 40 cars for sale in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was over 100.
High-end stuff for sale.
There's something still in there. There was a
big
range.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got a picture of it though. I mean, I think I did, but I have to find it. There was some purple thing in there that was weird looking.
that
was one I saw for sale.
The Vador thing, whatever that was, that white car with the teeth on the front of it.
Oh, the Sharknado car.
Yeah. I actually went to eBay and looked that up. That dude he's in High Point. That dude wants $135,000 for that car. It's on a Acura. I think it's an Acura.
Oh, so it's legit.
Yeah.
Custom.
Yeah.
It's not a Nissan Altima.
No, it no Altima.
No say.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
But I know, like, there's that motorcycle we saw. It was there.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some pretty cars there. Yeah, there's that one, H13. That's the one I'm talking about. What is that thing?
It's a Mustang.
It's a Mustang.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see the one beside the black one, but that purple one's a Mustang too?
Yeah, it's like a 66, 67.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I didn't know. It just looked like something completely like I'd never seen before.
Yeah, it's an older fastback.
Drag car.
Yeah. That was advertising those engines. What did we finally figure that out, Shane? Was like 809 cubic inches.
Yeah, it was something crazy. I want to say it was like 7. I thought it was 764 or something like that. It was something weird.
In that car right there?
No. In those Mustangs.
Oh.
I think the one
thing.
They had a picture of the stairs sitting out.
Yeah, that was like 800 and some odd cubic inches, and that one in the floor was 790.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird configuration.
Then they had that drag motor over there in the corner too. The complete drag motor.
I saw that. I like that.
Yeah, we're gonna drop that in the Mustang.
I get a picture of any girls. I don't think I got any pictures of any girls. There's Mater.
That's awesome.
I think the hot rod. There it is. There's that one you talking about.
Yeah,
the rat rod.
Yeah, that was cool. It's a little blurry. I don't know why that didn't focus like it should have. But that's the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's
Super
the Super Snake. Yeah.
There's your Super Snake.
The only bad part about the Super Snakes is they're all convertibles. They're all soft tops.
I'd like that. You let my one hair.
Your one hair blow in the wind.
Hair go through it.
Hey, if it produces that kind of horsepower, you might want to keep the top up. You don't want to lose that one hair.
That's right. Pull it out by the root.
Yeah.
By the root.
By the root.
Now, okay, I'm testing my knowledge. Is that a shoebox?
Yes, sir.
Oh! I'm getting better.
Now, what year model?
Oh, that's probably by 67.
No.
56?
That is, hey, look at the brain on Brad.
Hey.
That is a 56 because 55, 56, and 57 all had very distinctive side moldings, and 56 was the only one that was done like that.
My man. And then that thing. That's either a woman's truck that would love to have a big PP, or that's a dude's truck that has a very small PP. What is the other?
That's what Stu traded in on the Dodge.
Is that what he traded in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I traded that and got my Dodge.
That is a cookout parking lot special right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just need to swap that thing.
The only thing that would make that better would be like the Lambo doors on it.
Why not? Why not?
Hey,
Or a car crusher.
Got the LEDs. Now, technically, those are a violation of Chapter 20 laws here in North Carolina. Distracting lights.
Yes.
Forward facing, whatever. Oh, yeah. Talk about shoebox.
Man, that's pure sex right there, ain't it?
Boy, woo, quiet too. Quiet and mean.
Yeah. Look
Quiet
at the sex appeal of that thing. It's like a soapbox.
That's the one.
There you go.
I want one of them. We gotta make that happen for me.
That's a long bed too.
I don't care what y'all want. Me.
No, I think
it was a short bed.
It was a short bed, yeah.
That's what my grandpa had. That right there. The side steps are sweet though, but that's what he had. Oh, blurry picture. Bottles of water. Good stuff.
The hubcap was in focus.
The hubcap was in focus. I like that car. What is that? It's a Spider.
That's either I'd have to look at the grill, but that's either a Chevrolet or a Pontiac Monza, or the Pontiac was the Esprit, I think.
Phoenix. Was it Phoenix?
Or Aspen?
Yeah, it was Aspen.
I don't know. Yeah. I think that's the only picture I got of
this. This was when the United States was right in the midst or the throes of the gas crisis, but they really wanted to deliver. They really wanted to deliver poor performing vehicles to their buying public. That car probably had a V6 in it. Probably came standard with a 4-cylinder in it.
That's a very 80s graphic.
Yeah, Spider actually made it a performance version.
A lot of them at the drag strip.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
That thing's pretty. Out of focus, but pretty. Once again. Not very good cameraman. There's a Sharknado.
Yeah. That's $135,000 sitting on 4 wheels right there, boys.
Will they take a check?
Yeah, and if that one bounces, I'll write you another one, right?
Just hold that one.
Shark fin. You see that shark fin?
The little shark fin on the
Oh yeah.
Lower valance.
The little curb finders, whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah.
There's the teeth.
Sweet.
I think that's from what the eBay ad said, that started out as like it was either an Acura or an Infinity.
Oh, so you've got a little fin up top. I just don't see that.
Yeah, that's like the base of the car was like an Acura or an Infinity, and all this other stuff is bodywork.
Looks like an NSX. Acura.
Vador. And there's a bunch of tires and some cars, and there's a tire.
That is a tire.
Me looking through the tire. And there's me filming. What's that? Me filming. That's my other podcast. Careful. But
your body.
Boop. You don't have any pictures of that dark blue and gray Bel Air? That one that was over there near your Tesla?
That the front end. The front end of that one.
Front end, yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
So me getting in that place was pretty rough.
They didn't know who you were.
You know, you've had a history of entry problems. NHRA gave you a bunch of crap about your backpack.
Oh, my tripod and backpack?
Yeah.
What are we going to go do? It's a race event.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not the Def Comedy Jam. I mean, come on, man. It's not 102 Jam.
You're going to put a sniper rifle on that tripod and go to work.
Yeah, that's right. You know, at least you're not like Shane. You have to have an adult.
Don't even
You have to be accompanied by an adult to get in.
That's messed up.
Well, he had a note, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, he had to wait for me and Ash.
Well, I did have my permission slip.
Maybe next year.
I bet the security was tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get the screen to come up now. I don't know what I'm doing. Screw it. Anywho, so it's just something y'all didn't know either. So it was cashless. You couldn't use cash there, except for inside vendors, I suppose. And so I came out and bought my ticket, and there was an older gentleman on a walker. It was cold, wet, and raining there.
Yes.
He comes up with a walker, and I got no problem with the Shriners event itself. They were all nice, super nice. They came, other than talking on the speaker really loud all the time. But the Greensboro Coliseum staff, I don't know. They needed kicked in the ass the way they treated people. This old man in a walker comes walking up. You tell like he could barely move. He's there by himself. I need 2 tickets, and he pulls out money. And the woman behind the glass goes, "No, honey, it's cash. It's cashless. We don't take cash. Step out of the line." And and this poor guy's like, "Huh?" He's holding his money up. What? And she just yelled at him, "Step out of line." And he strolled over. If I had more money, I'd have bought his tickets. But I'm sitting there going, "Damn, I don't know if I can eat steams after this," And so I bought my ticket, and I was getting ready to rabble-rouse and say, "Anybody help buy this man some tickets to get in the building?" But I think his ride was coming around to pick him up or something. I don't know. And so I walk in. You two are already in. So I walk in, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "Whoa, stop, sir." And I'm like, law-abiding citizen here is like, he looks at my bag. That bag's too big. You can't come in here. I said, "Okay." It's just camera gear. So I stepped to the side to get my phone to call you because you're already inside the thing. I'm right there in the vestibule at the metal detectors. And he said, "You got to step outside the building." I said, "Just hang on a second, bro. Let me get my phone out. I got to get the key to take a step back. You got to get out." So,
is this contract security?
Yeah. Show pros.
Yeah.
Was it Show Pro or Rhino or some shit like that?
It's one of those two.
Yeah. Were they wearing green jackets?
No. Bright yellow shirts.
That might be Show Pro.
But anyway, I was just like, "Okay, hang on." I didn't even flex on him. I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever, fellas." So I go outside and I'm pulling my phone out, and now I'm freezing because I'm soaking wet and it's windy. And so I'm like, "Hey, I need the key to the car. My bag's too big." And then I see Eddie in there, and he's like talking to people to get out there to me. Did they give you a hard time to get out there to give me a key?
No, the lady at the door was perfectly fine with it. It wasn't until I started walking back in the direction that you were coming from that big goofy dude was going to try to give me some lip, and I was like, "Nah, man, I'm going out here to give him the key." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then that's when the door broke there, and you said, "Damn, this place has got more security than the damn border." And
little jab.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, ha ha ha.
So I walk back to the car in the pouring rain. I get on TikTok, because I'm a bitch. I'm like, "Oh, they wouldn't let me in. Oh, security was shut." So I walk back. I'm soaking wet now. I've been in the rain for like 4 trips now.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and I'm like, and they're like, "Stop. Don't stop. Keep moving, sir." It's like, okay, Jesus. They were, I don't know, man. They needed a swift kick in the ass, the way they were treating people out there. And then on the way out, the woman's like, "Go out to these doors here." Yeah. I was like, "But this door's open and nobody's coming through."
You brought up a good point. What I should have done was went and got you one of those Grundy insurance bags that was like this big, and walked out there and handed it to you so you could put your bag inside of this like 5-yard dump truck sandbag, and you could have carried that in.
I'm gonna start carrying like my CPAP in a backpack. I'm like, "Oh, it's medical. It's medical." I got my service animal back here. You can't deny me. But But the staff and Shriners are great. All the vendors, all the people that had the cars were great. It's just the Greensboro Coliseum security and staff, they were a bunch of a-holes. I just, the way they were just talking to people. And this wasn't an NWA concert or anything like that. It was just a bunch of dudes looking at cars and they were just graybeards everywhere.
Old graybeards hanging out.
They were just
Bunch of
yelling.
white dudes.
Cash on, no cash.
No, you don't have a gray beard. That's because you had to have an adult to get you in. So no, you didn't have to have.
I just showed them my permission slip, and there was no problem.
Oh.
There were a bunch of young folks there though. A lot more than looking back. There were some young folks there. A lot of young couples, young guys, and there's a bunch of old dudes too. And then there were like really old dudes.
Yeah,
like liver spot old dudes.
Dang.
The guys that throw on knee-high socks and New Balance to adjust the carburetor.
That's right. That's the OGs right there. They get the respect they deserve. But I had a great time. Then we went to Stamey's and they had horrible food because I hate Stamey's. Sorry. I'm the only person in North Carolina that doesn't like Stamey's. I don't like Stamey's.
He bought a $9 cheese dog. Chili cheese dog. Did you get chili and cheese or just chili dog?
You damn right I did.
It's famous.
Yeah. I just don't like barbecue. They were packed. But the waitress, she was super nice. Left her a good tip. The sweet tea was on point. And then it rained the whole time.
Yeah.
Thank God it was indoors.
Shane was good after we got him a booster seat.
Yeah.
I think Shane was getting a little frustrated with us because we were wide open.
Yeah.
He was like, speed up for him.
No, we were not wide open. We were,
Yeah, that's true. We were just poking.
Yeah. We were testing the water.
Yeah, he was like,
you don't want to test these waters.
That's right. Tell these old son of bitches what's up.
Mr. I can't figure my computer out. Oh.
I don't know what my own email address is.
Mom, what's the Wi-Fi password?
Hang up the phone. I'm trying to get online.
Send me the link again. Oh God, my phone died. I gotta plug it up.
You said you sent it on my messenger, and it was not on my messenger.
Well, I sent two emails, one with two F's and one with one F in it. So there's somebody else got a link. They're like, they might check in here in a minute.
Yeah. It's hard to overcome those parental controls on your device.
We better hurry up. It turns off at 9:30.
Yeah.
Oh, you right. I gotta take my laxative and go to bed.
You gonna shit in bed?
I gotta subscribe to AARP and then take my prune juice.
Yeah.
Take my one a day silver.
Yeah, your multivitamin.
Trying to get the wife to help me with my enema.
Coffee enema. That'll drown that gerbil.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Richard Gere? I don't know if he gets that reference.
Yeah, no. That is way before his time. Woo.
Oh man! Thanks for coming on. We're gonna hopefully have a Landon next week.
Yeah.
Who's this Landon feller?
He is a real world technician at Mercedes-Benz right now.
Nice.
And I say right now because he's got a history of throwing temper tantrums and slinging stuff across a garage and backing his hoopty Tundra up to the bay door and literally throwing his toolbox into the back of it and about tearing the building down when he's exiting with Freebird blaring from the radio.
Heck yeah. I like him already.
He is our people. He is our people.
I have noticed this with mechanics and engineers. There apparently is a between what engineers do and how mechanics look at things and try to fix shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we have to work around what engineers do. So.
If I was a technician, instead of going postal, it should be called gold mechanic.
Yeah,
mechanical. Because working on things around the house, I want to toss stuff out in the yard. And that's why I don't play golf. Temper gets me. Yeah.
How old is he?
All right. See, we're an hour and 20 minutes in. This is a good one, y'all. This is a good one. Thank you for joining us. I like how you changed your name to Pony Boy. I like it. Sticking. It's sticking.
It was going to be Pontiac Killer, but
you couldn't spell Pontiac.
No.
Pony is as far as he got in the dictionary.
Yeah. Pony.
Niac. Okay.
I'll just put boy.
Yeah, we gotta go more of it.
Webster. Ah!
Yeah. So we're gearing up, people. Check us out, themechanicsville.com, YouTube at themechanicsville, themechanicsville@gmail.com. Any questions, comments? We got a Facebook page up now. Our Facebook page.
Don't forget the new Facebook page. Like that. Follow us.
So, and you see more nude photos of Big Med. You know.
Yeah. First. I mean, we ain't even been up 30 minutes, and he's already posting half naked pictures. Or
we got a calendar coming out next year.
The only thing he had on was a ball cap. The only thing he had on was a ball cap.
I was expecting to see a copy of that hanging on Pony Boy's wall back behind him. Earlier.
We got a Big Med coming out in 2026, ladies. And
he forgot he wasn't logged into Pornhub.
Check out the Facebook. We'll have some behind the scenes stuff. Our schedule will be up. Boys, we're getting busy.
Yeah.
This time of year we're starting to gear up. So expect some stuff on the website, especially on the YouTube. Please like and subscribe.
Yes, it's going to be much, much easier to follow us now because we don't have content spread over 3 different pages. All you have to do is go to the Mechanicsville Facebook page, follow us there, and you'll get anything and everything you want to know about Mechanicsville there.
Maybe too much.
Yes.
Maybe more.
According to that guy, too much.
That guy. Oh, man.
Thanks for coming on, Shane. This will not be the last time you're going to see Pony Boy. He's got a nickname. He's got a name badge in the corner, so expect to see him again. Expect to see him again.
Super Snake Pony Boy.
Yeah.
Super Snake Coyote Pony. What other damn animal? Stingray. Why does Mustang have so many damn animals?
Stingray's a Corvette, but.
Oh, it is?
Look at him chiming in there. Chiming in.
Good call out. I didn't know that. I don't know.
Yeah, don't offend me like that.
Yeah, just give me around Teslas. I can act like I know what I'm talking about. I'm learning, though. I'm learning. So, all right. Thank y'all for watching. And we are out. Any last words there, Big Med?
Like and subscribe. Tune in. Or I'll burn your Mustang down.